the one visa that has no annual cap, allows for dual intent, and offers easy year-long extensions? I'll give you a couple of clues. Artists like Reynolds, Justin Bieber, and even Priyanka Chopra use this visa to get their green card and permanent residency in the US. It was founded in 1990 and is the most popular visa for attracting talent. You are right, it's the O1 visa, also known as the celebrity visa. And I think that's the biggest problem, because most people think that the O1 visa is just for celebrities. Hi everyone, I am Priya from It's OKR and welcome back to our channel. And if you're new today, It's OKR is a content platform for South Asian immigrants, and we aim to educate, entertain, and empower them. You must have heard people claim that O1 is better than H1B in many ways. That's only fair considering how you don't need to apply for the H1B lottery and can still apply for the O1 visa despite not having studied in the US. And if you're a startup founder, the O1 visa is a complete boon for you. The best part, though it doesn't guarantee a green card, and because of this, the number of O1 visas issued yearly has shot up from 3,500 in 1997 to 18,994 in 2023. So in today's video, I'm going to share all the details about the O1 visa, including its types, requirements, application process, duration, cost, benefits, limitations, and more. So let's start with what is an O1 visa. Simply put, O1 visa is a temporary non-immigrant visa designed for individuals with extraordinary ability or highly valued achievements in their field. It typically suits people with national or international acclaim for their extraordinary skills in business, sciences, art, education, films, and television. Quick myth buster here. There is one thing that the most people aren't aware of is that you cannot self-sponsor your O1 visa. Another mythbuster. Most people think that because the O1 visa is called the celebrity visa, they won't be eligible for it and they shouldn't apply for it. But that's not the case. Like I've shared earlier, for an O1 visa, you can have extraordinary skills in business and sciences too. If this is very clear to you, let's move on. The O1 visa allows you to bring essential support personnel on O2 visas and your spouse and children on O3 visas. And once you're granted the O1 visa, you're allowed to extend your stay by 1 year increments. These unlimited extensions let you renew your visa status without the hassle of returning to India. Next, let's now see the types of O1 visa. O1 visas are split into two categories, O1A and O1B. First, I'm going to talk about the requirements of O1A visa cases, which include business and entrepreneurship, sciences, education, and athletics. I will then talk about the requirements of O1B visa cases for arts, motion pictures, and television. If you're liking this video so far, please hit that like button. O1A visas are for people with extraordinary abilities in their fields of sciences, education, business, or athletics. To qualify, you must demonstrate a high position in either of these fields, including business and entrepreneurship. This can be shown through various forms of evidence. You will need proof for at least 3 of these following 8 points. Number 1, receiving major internationally recognized awards like the Nobel Prize. Number 2, publishing distinctive scholarly articles. Number 3, holding reputed positions in prestigious organizations. Number 4, having your work cited extensively by other professionals in your industry. Number 5, proof of your business achievements and knowledge through documents stating high revenue business growth. Number 6, any IPO launches, awards, or positions in globally renowned lists. Number 7, panel participation in business-centric conferences. And number 8, working in leadership roles as a CTO or a CEO. These points can easily be found on the USCIS website as well, so please check it out. Now let's talk about the O1B visa. The O1B visa works best for people with extraordinary abilities and achievements in the motion picture or television industry or a more niche sector in arts. As an applicant, you will need to provide evidence for your success in the respective field. This includes number 1, nomination for significant awards like the Academy Award, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, or Tony Awards, also called EGOT Awards. Number 2, starring in globally famous productions. Number 3, being featured in reputed exhibitions. Number 4, gaining recognition of critics and experts as a unique figure in your artistic discipline. And number 5, lead or starring participant in events with distinguished reputations. All this stands true even for sciences, education, and athletics. Don't forget, these requirements for O1 visa have 3 similar requirements. Number 1, a job offer from a US employer. Number 2, itinerary of the events you will partake in a written work contract. Number 3, advisory letter from a peer group or labor or management organization. This letter highlights the applicant's extraordinary abilities in the field. Despite this, the overall requirements for your O1 visa vary based on your area of expertise. The US government also accepts records of major commercial or critically acclaimed successes, highly valued recognition from government agencies, or critical reviews published in trade journals and other publications. In short, any documentary evidence. This much knowledge is good enough for you to get you up to speed. I am now going to dive right into the O1 visa application process. Step 1 is taken care of by your employer or agent. They'll fill out the form I-129, which is a petition for a non-immigrant worker. The petitioner will need to provide with form I-129 an advisory letter written by an organization or peers such as labor union or management organization attesting to your extraordinary ability in the field. A single expert in the relevant field may also write the letter. The petitioner may bypass the advisory letter requirement if no peer organization exists, in which case USCIS would decide using only the evidence submitted with I-129. If you have within the past 2 years entered the United States using an advisory letter, then you may submit a request to waive this requirement. When submitting form I-129, the petitioner must provide the employment contract or a written account of verbal agreement securing the employer-employee relationship. They will also need to provide evidence that throughout the requested period of time, you will be working in a job in the area of extraordinary ability. This includes a description of the activities, start and end dates for the activities in question, copy of the itinerary for the events. Finally, the petitioner must approve your extraordinary ability. Evidence might include either an award or in certain cases a nomination or 3 distinct types of proof that we have explained earlier. Now, if you're outside the US, then after you get the approval notice from USCIS, you can start the application process from your end. The next few steps are only for those who are outside the US. If you've applied for the visa from within the US, you're good to skip it, but you might as well watch it because you will need a stamp on your passport at some point during this time. Step 2 requires you to complete form DS-160, and this online application is available at the Consular Electronic Application Center. Don't forget to print the confirmation page and keep it in your documentation file. Up next in step 3, like in all US visas, applicants must pay an application fee for the DS-160 as well. This fee is $160. Step 4 requires you to set up an interview at the US Embassy. Applicants applying from Asia can visit ustraveldocs.com. If you're liking this video so far, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel. Now comes the main step of the O1 visa application process, gathering all the documents. This means you will need to file with the visa fee receipt, employment contract, confirmation by USCIS, and extensive evidence of your extraordinary skill set. You can revisit the visa requirements section to verify you are submitting a strong application with relevant documents. And that's it. You can now attend the O1 visa interview and answer the interviewer's questions as clearly as possible. Moving on, knowing your O1 visa processing time can help you plan better. After that, we'll cover the associated costs with it as well. While you may know that an approved O1 visa lasts for a maximum period of 3 years, few people are aware of its processing timings. As of February 2024, if you are applying for an O1 visa, your I-129 petition will take around 2.5 months if you file it with the California Service Center and 5 weeks in the Vermont Service Center. Remember that these processing timings are not set in stone and can fluctuate monthly depending upon the workload at each service center and various other factors. If you are in a hurry, pay an extra cost and opt in for the premium processing option by paying an additional $2,805. This fastens your application process since the USCIS will give your decision within 15 days of submission. So, let's look at the cost of an O1 visa again. The cost of an O1 visa can vary on a few factors. $1,055 for form I-129, $160 to $190 for form DS-160 based on your country, $2,500 for premium processing, and $5,000 to $7,000 as legal fees to hire an immigration attorney. You will need an immigration attorney to build a very strong application. Now let's look at the benefits of an O1 visa. Firstly, you are granted flexibility with your employment. This means you can work with multiple employers provided each file a separate petition. Such benefits suits artists, performers, and consultants who may have short-term or project-based work with various employers. Secondly, you have the liberty to apply for unlimited year-long extensions as long as you're working in the area of extraordinary ability. Thirdly, the O1 visa is considered a dual intent visa. This means you can apply for green card, which is a permanent residency in the US, without affecting your O1 status. Fourthly, there is no cap limit. Unlike H1B visa that have only 85,000 visas available each year, O1 visa aren't limited. This makes them open to any number of people meet the qualification. Fifth, your spouse and unmarried children under 21 years old can accompany you to the US on an O3 visa. Though they can't work in the US, they can attend school or college. And I must remind you that having an O1 visa is proof of your high intellect and knowledge in your field. This will eventually help you qualify for an EB1A green card. We have a lot of videos on EB1A. Please check them out. We'll link it in the description box. Lastly, there are also a few limitations of the O1 visa. Besides extensive documentation needs, the O1 visa requires applicants to submit proof of their extraordinary abilities. This is quite a high bar for most people to meet. Also, the O1 visa is tied to a specific employer or sponsor. So if you wish to change your employers, your new employer must file a new petition with USCIS, and this can be time consuming in many ways. That is it for today. I hope you liked the video and I hope it answers all your questions about the O1 visa in the US. If it did, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We enjoy working hard to simplify these guides for you, and we don't use AI tools to generate these scripts. It's all us. So please let us know what other topics you would like us to cover. And if things aren't going your way, remember it's okay, because they will eventually turn around. Until next time, this is Priya signing off. Have a wonderful day.